Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Huddle
Where we put up 400 yards of offense.
for the first time since 2020. As
Yep.
you all know, I'm Levi Jenkins alongside here with Elijah Coer.
Hello.
It was a big week in the NFL. Steelers' first week without offensive coordinator Matt Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Some big wins, some big divisional games. But first, Elijah, let's just get right into it. Our playbook of the week. You guys know the drill. NFL news, trash talk, games of the week, takeaways, SeaPack Reacts, and the Steel Curtain session. Starting off today's news, Elijah. Browns quarterback really can't take a break. DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, gets concussed in this past game on Sunday. When they were playing I don't remember at the moment.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos country, let's ride. Which I should have known that because the next, I guess, news of the week is Denver now has won 5 straight games, making them obvious playoff contenders if they keep this up. And an interesting rest of their season. Some big divisional games coming up, but yeah, Denver wins 5 straight. Cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys, Deron Bland, sets a record with 5 pick sixes in one season. Did that on their past Thursday.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to him. Derek Barnett was waived by the Eagles this past week. Commanders, they fired their defensive coordinator. Panthers fire Frank Reich after a 1-10 start to the season. That's pretty interesting. And then the Raiders release Marcus Peters. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Raiders bench.
No, they released.
They did release him?
Yes, they did.
Okay. I thought they benched him, and then I guess
they did, and then they just released
they
him.
cut him. Okay.
Yeah.
And they also waived safety Roderick Teamer, something like that, after he was arrested with a misdemeanor DUI and was arrested for speeding.
Where have we seen that before?
Jason Pierre-Paul signs with the Dolphins after Jalen Phillips is out for the year with a torn Achilles. Younghoe Koo currently has the best field goal percentage in history, overtaking Justin Tucker. Yep. I was gonna say that Justin Tucker missed the field goal. Look at that.
Yeah. Not a great year.
Last but not least, longtime Eagles player, Washington Commander, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Where else was he?
I think he went to the Raiders for a little bit.
Raiders for a little bit.
Oh, the Rams. He played for the
Rams. He's with the Rams. Anyways, long time wide receiver of the NFL. One of the quickest guys, flashiest guys. Definitely one of the most cocky, but just a huge play call. Just a house call every single time he touched the ball. Deshaun Jackson retires from the NFL. So I liked him. That one punt return against the Giants.
Yeah. We'll go down as one of the best.
Yeah. Definitely. And then definitely his celebration when he dropped the ball at the 1 yard line for the Cowboys. He was flashy and cocky, but yeah, he was heck of an athlete.
Yes, he was.
So yeah, that is your NFL news of the week. All that boring crap is out of the way. Elijah, it's time for Crash Talk.
Oh yeah. All right, let's start out with so it was Thanksgiving, obviously. Let's start out with a Thanksgiving game. The Lions. Why are they giving them the Thanksgiving games if they can't even win on them?
Never.
Doesn't make sense.
No. Even doing good. What are they, 9-3 or something like that? No. There's no way they play that many games. I don't even know their record.
They're 8-3, I believe.
8-3, something like that. But still can't even beat the Packers.
Yeah, we're just so good. Cowboys. Hold on, let me see what I'm doing. Yeah, sorry. Cowboys. Dallas, Brandon cooks CeeDee Lamb for Thanksgiving. And if that made 0 sense, I'll say it again. Dallas cooks lamb for Thanksgiving.
We might just need to make a graphic to show that.
It was quite confusing, but I thought it was kind of funny. Dolphins, they got a really good deal for Black Friday. Easy win.
Yeah.
And then
100% off, or 99% off that pick six there. That's Jets.
Yeah, and then that brings me to the Jets. They always seem to make the worst plays in NFL history when it's Thanksgiving time.
That's true.
Fumble, whatever they're calling the new Hail Mary pick six thing. And then let's go on to the Patriots. Please. Stop making us watch this team. It's not worth it. It's
Terrible.
for everybody. Please.
It's actually horrible. That's an Elijah video. It was like the tanking bowl or whatever, and it was just the highlights of the Giants Pats game. That might have been one of the worst games I've ever watched in my life. I didn't even watch it because the Steelers game was on. But like watching the highlights of that game was pathetic.
And then let's go on to the honorable mentions again. Frank Reich got fired twice in 2 years. That's got to be a record. And that'll be your Trash Talk Tuesday on a Wednesday, because we're recording on a Wednesday. Maybe a Thursday, probably on a Friday. Should be a Saturday, because that's when we'll probably post it. Sunday, watch your football. Thank you.
And my favorite one, it's not really Trash Talk, Elijah, but Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers. Game count, 2.
Let's go.
He's working his way back up. All right. So that was your Trash Talk of the week. Let's move on to Games of the Week. We're going to fly through these. Biggest win, Dallas crushed the Washington Commanders on Thanksgiving, 45-10. That game. CeeDee Lamb, all over the place. Played a great game. Dak Prescott, I got to give it to him. He's having a great season. Honestly, playing better than some of the elite quarterbacks in the league.
But it doesn't matter because they're not making it to the Super Bowl anyway.
Right, it doesn't matter. And of course, DeRon Bland got his 5th pick six of the season. Biggest upset, Green Bay beat the Detroit Lions 29-22. It's not, to be honest, Detroit never really clicked that game, but Packers just came out hot.
Destroyed them. They were destroying them, definitely.
Right. And the best game of the week, this is so obvious. Almost went to overtime. It was a very exciting finish. And if you're thinking of the game I'm thinking of, you're wrong. Best game of the week goes to the Monday night game. Bears beat the Vikings 12-10.
Oh yeah, what a game!
At halftime.
A lot of scoring
into the 4th quarter.
A lot of touchdowns there.
Yeah, actually one.
Yeah.
No, we're completely joking. That game was maybe worse than the Tank Bowl.
Yeah.
Obviously, the best game did go to overtime, and it was honestly just a great ending. Philadelphia beat Buffalo at home in their Kelly Green jerseys, 37-34 in overtime.
Yes.
That game was nuts.
It was.
Poor Josh Allen.
Man.
Which,
they even got the ball first.
In a second, right? So those are your games of the week. Moving on. Takeaways, Elijah. Okay, just listen. Is Dallas really? Are they really making a Super Bowl statement right now?
Okay.
They're 8-3.
Yeah.
Which
destroying
is
team. Destroying.
DeRon Bland, as we talked about multiple times already. 5 pick sixes this season. What is that? 35 whopping points.
That's
scored.
30. So wait, 35? Yeah,
something like that. And they have look at this stat. They have now 5 games this season with 40+ points.
Wow.
So I mean, they're scoring all over the place. They have a good offense, a great defense. Are they really making a Super Bowl statement?
No. And I think that's all we need to say. Honestly, this would be the year that I think Dallas could make a Super Bowl, but let's be honest.
They got to get past Philly first.
They got to get past the 49ers. They got to get past Philly.
I'm not even worried about the Niners. The Niners are good, but...
Yeah, but the Niners always beat them in the playoffs.
That's true, too. I hope it's 3 years in a row. That'd be great.
I would love that. But, yeah, I mean, Dallas definitely is a very good team right now. They destroy the bad teams. So...
And it's not even like destroy. They destroy the bad teams.
Like you said, what was it, 5 games with 40+ points?
5 games with 40+ points.
That's insane.
That's insane. They have the best point differential in the league right now. It's like upwards of 162 or something like that.
Man, wow.
Let me check on that.
They're definitely a good team right now.
162 points. They have scored 347 points and only have 185 against them.
Wow. Yeah, Go ahead.
Yeah, they're on a 3-game win streak too. So it'd be interesting to see. But they can do all this stuff in the regular season, but it'll mean nothing once they get to the postseason.
And that's honestly what matters the most. So.
All right, moving on. We can both talk about this one too. Is this it for the Buffalo Bills? Sean McDermott, could he be out next year as the coach? Could Diggs be traded? Is Josh Allen just never going to get there? He's never going to get to the big game. I know this is one game. It was a thriller, but the miscommunication might have just ended the Buffalo season.
Yeah, and you think that like with all the players that are on their team, like they're gonna have to pay people. They're not gonna be able to keep everybody. So
right.
Everyone was saying it's kind of this is the year that they gotta win it, and they still can. Obviously, they're out of the playoffs right now, so that's not good. But I mean, it's honestly an easy get in for them.
But not necessarily. We're gonna throw this graphic up on the screen for you guys. This is the Buffalo Bills' remaining schedule for the year. They're at Kansas City. They're home against Dallas. At Los Angeles to play the Chargers. They're home against New England. And then they fly down to Miami to play the Dolphins.
That is very tough, actually.
That's actually a very tough schedule.
And you might be thinking Patriots are terrible, but Patriots, Bills, they always seem to have good games.
And
so.
LA, I don't even know.
LA's bad.
First of all, fire Brandon Staley. My goodness. But yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be an interesting.
Yeah, I don't see Diggs staying next year.
I don't think so either. I think he loves Josh Allen, but man,
if you want to win, you gotta. You're not gonna win with the Bills right now.
Right.
They're like the Cowboys.
Some people may say Gabe Davis is the issue because I think he's accounted for 5 or 6 of Allen's interceptions this year when he was targeting him. Either if it was a missed catch popped up in the air and picked off. There's just miscommunication, which we saw in the overtime game.
Mm-hmm. And they haven't really
would have had the game-winning touchdown
if
him and Allen just would have connected. And I don't know.
And they rely on that pass game really because they don't really have that great of a run game.
James Cook is bad.
No, it's not at all. It's just the whole team. Josh Allen was really their main runner for the past couple of years, but he's trying to step back a little bit. Otherwise, injuries. But
whenever you do have a pass-heavy offense, you're obviously going to turn the ball over a decent amount. Maybe not as much as Josh Allen is, but this might be it for the Bills. This might have been the last time, they had something go and it's just kind of falling apart. Even with Von Miller, he was hurt. He's come back and really hasn't done much. I know he's still a great defender, but he's headed towards the end of his career still.
Yeah.
Who knows what's happening up there in Buffalo? Last but not least, last of our takeaway. Oh wait, we actually have 2 more.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
Elijah, why don't you say them?
Yeah. Okay. I'll start out with. Actually, I'll start out with what we got. Why is the NFC South always like so close in the leader race? Like they always end up on like 7 and whatever 9 or something, or that's what it used to be. But they barely make the playoffs if they didn't have to have a division leader, and it's always so close. It's like. Who's going to make it? The Saints, the Falcons, the Buccaneers, not the Panthers, obviously.
Well,
but it's always
all suck, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, I can name one coach from that division. Todd Bowles, whatever his name is, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Buccaneers.
Yeah. I mean,
I could have said Frank Reich, but he got fired.
You know who else you could have said? The Falcons coach is Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith.
Not good. Saints coach is terrible, too. All their coaches are bad.
It reflects on their play style too. Well, to be honest, if you look at that division was the one that was insane in like 2015 through like 2020. Yeah. 2020.
Yeah.
If you had Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Drew Brees.
Yeah. Jameis Winston.
I don't know. You had prime Fitzpatrick for that like 27 season for the Bucs. But you look at it, that division really hasn't even done much as a entire division as itself to bring in they're holding on to their old players from almost a decade ago at this point. Maybe less. But
so who do you think is gonna win this year? Like who do you think is gonna take that first place in this South? Do you have a
I honestly couldn't tell you. I want New Orleans to.
But Derek
Carr's not it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he's not it.
I would love to see Atlanta. I mean, right now, Elijah, it could possibly happen. Your Super Bowl. Steelers versus Falcons. My Super Bowl is already out of the window because Bengals aren't making it.
Hey, Jake Browning, maybe. We'll see.
No, I can't stand him. We'll get to that later. Um, but honestly, I think that the team Atlanta has right now, they have the unit to get to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
No. To win the division, not to get to the Super Bowl. To maybe win the division. It's just Arthur Smith needs to know how to utilize his players well, because when he did that, what we saw in this past week, it was awesome.
Yeah,
We
they
saw
finally
an
used
Atlanta
Beast.
team that had some cohesion, they had some chemistry. They just looked better.
Yeah.
And a
And
good
that,
win for them too.
yeah, it started with Bijan Robinson getting him the ball.
Right.
Your
Give him the
playmaker.
ball. You're gonna draft a running back that high. Give him the ball.
Yeah, definitely. And then finally, let's move on to our last one. Tommy DeVito. Is he the new Giants franchise quarterback?
Um
he has
huh? I don't honestly know.
he has 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's more touchdowns than Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor have combined. Obviously they probably played less games, but he won a game for the Giants. That's about it. And he did the little celebration thing. So
The Giants GM said, like, in 2024, Daniel Jones will be our starting quarterback. Which, first of all, you're lying. You are lying. You're lying, because you should trade him away. Well, I don't even care about Daniel Jones. I mean, he could just rot in the Giants if he wants to. Saquon Barkley needs to get out of there. And he's honestly probably the only reason why Tommy DeVito looks any decent. But I don't even know, dude. The Giants are a mess right now. They have been ever since Eli Manning started playing like crap those last 2 years of his career.
yeah, you're right. They haven't really gotten better except for last year, but even that was
That's because they had Saquon back, and Saquon stayed healthy.
Mm-hmm. And Daniel Jones looked decent
because of Saquon.
Well,
and Saquon's playing a small contract this year. You can tell he definitely does not care about these Giants anymore and wants out. So,
yeah.
Is Tommy DeVito the Giants franchise quarterback? I don't know. Maybe he should go be a franchise commercial guy with Tommy DeVito or with Danny DeVito with Jersey Mike's or something. But
yeah, I see him turning out like Gardner Minshew. He's
mm-hmm.
a backup, but obviously there's a better quarterback in the draft.
Right.
That they're going to take, like Trevor Lawrence, which the Jaguars ended up doing anyway. And I see Tommy DeVito as just one of those good backups that's going to be around for a while, like Gardner Minshew is right now for the Colts, who are in the playoffs. Yeah. So, yeah. Right now I'm doing his celebration, but you can't see
it. Nope. We'll see. All right. So those are our takeaways of the week.
Yes.
So obviously some interesting stuff. Just to recap that real quick. Is Dallas really going to make a Super Bowl? Our verdict, probably not. Is this it for the Bills? Our verdict, maybe. We don't know yet. We'll have to see. They got a hard schedule from this point out. And, of course, Tommy DeVito, probably not the Giants starter for franchise in the future. And NFC South, we'll see what happens in that crazy division down there. It's not even exciting. Actually, it's excitingly bad. That's why it's exciting.
They're like the NFC least. They are what the NFC least was, and now the NFC least is probably the best.
Right.
So,
but Elijah, go SeaPack Reacts Packers.
Thanksgiving Day, I was actually asleep for the first half, and I came back and looked in the third quarter, and we were up 23-6. It was a Thanksgiving miracle. Jordan Love, definitely probably his best game. He looked so good. And apparently he has the same exact stats as Aaron Rodgers did in his first, I think it's 11 games as a starter. I actually have these stats. Let me pull it up real quick. Aaron Rodgers has 2,599 passing yards. So does Jordan Love, the exact numbers.
The exact number?
Yeah. Both had a 5-6 record. Aaron Rodgers had 17 touchdowns. Jordan Love has 19. Aaron Rodgers had 9 interceptions. Jordan Love has 10 interceptions. So that is very, 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 very similar. And you know what? I see Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, and I think I've said that throughout the start of the year, Anyway, we'll move on to the defense real quick. Rashawn Gary, 3 sacks, insane game. We were getting fumbles on Jared Goff and the whole Lions team. We were just
You're
dominating.
like way over, but keep talking because he
I'm
finally got
sorry.
a.
Okay,
Keep
yeah.
going, keep going, keep going.
All right. Our cornerbacks. I'm surprised how our cornerbacks have been doing. And then, defense stepped up finally. Run game still isn't really there, but pass game looks really good. All our receivers are great. Christian Watson actually had a touchdown. Actually could catch the ball, and that is what I got for the Packers. Go Paco!
Finally
We can still make the playoffs. That's also what I want to say.
you honestly could still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Seahawks. The 49ers is really good. I don't know what to say about it. I love Christian McCaffrey, except when he's playing the Seahawks, but I don't know what. There's not much to say. Gino is probably just done. He's done. DK does his best, but I mean, he tries. Good job. JSN, what a catch! Really good catch. But then again, Gino probably overthrew him anyways. Running game, obviously not the same without Kenneth Walker. And Bobby Wagner, update on this. He's number 6 in the league with 113 tackles. So,
all right. Hey, I saw a stat that they're like last in touches for the running backs in the red zone.
Something like that, yeah.
Which is terrible.
I don't know. The defense needs to work out. I don't know. It's that week. I don't feel like talking.
We switched sides basically. The Packers are good. The Seahawks.
I finally felt.
And we're taking your playoff spot.
Yeah. Okay. Just wait, bro. Just wait. All right. Well, that is it for the SeaPack Reacts of the week, which means here we go.
Steelers.
Here we go.
Pittsburgh has no more Canada, and we are happy and put up 400 yards for the first time since 2020. Yeah.
I was going to be like, Chris Boswell keeps on kicking field goals, but...
Oh, let's start that over. I'm just kidding.
All right. Yes. First time since 2020, ladies and gentlemen. The Steelers put up 400 yards. 16 points. But 400 yards.
Yeah, don't forget about that. We're still the same Steelers. We're just a little bit different.
Harris had like 15 rushes for 99 yards. Could not get it. I don't even think he's broken 100 yet this season.
No, but you know what? He had a game, insane game.
He had a really good game.
He carried like 70 people on his back, like literally.
Dude,
he was running for like.
Honestly, just put Najee against any divisional team, and he'll start running like a madman.
Yeah. And so let's go down our list real quick. Kenny Pickett, 200 pass attempts without a pick. That's 7 games, and that is a record, I'm pretty sure. Or as of maybe this year or in the NFL history. I don't really know, to be honest. But that is very impressive. Also, he has very little touchdowns, too. So that's not as impressive. But still.
Lamb has more touchdowns now than
Quite unfortunate. And then finally, we just mentioned, obviously, finally the streak ends. We got 421 yards.
Well, and honestly, Matt Canada joined the Steelers in 2020 as the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
In 2021, after Randy Fitchner retired, he became the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since Canada has been in the building, we have not had a four. Well, I mean, that season. But those couple seasons that he was in charge, nothing. Mm-hmm. And it makes you... Now... Sure, it's the Bengals. They've lost all their momentum and all their happiness because Joe Burrow is hurt, but still, they have a decent defense. And we still found a way to put 400 yards up. It was just a different. We were alive. We actually were.
We looked different.
Football. Yeah, looked a lot
First play of the game was in the middle of the field.
You don't even know how happy Kenny Pickett was to have Freiermuth back.
Yeah,
he loves him. First play of the game, right straight to his favorite tight end. So,
yeah, he had how many? He had 100+ yards.
Yep, like 21 fantasy points. His first week, or like first real week back, led the league in fantasy points.
He had 9 catches this year, and he got 9 catches in that game. So
right, yeah, he's playing great.
Elijah,
I see here on the script. Of course, there's chances of Big Ben being the next offensive coordinator.
Okay. So I
You
have
have a theory for this.
I do. So
Kind
obviously this is probably very, very unlikely, and I'm pretty sure Big Ben has
of
even
like us re-signing Derek Watt or
hey,
Falcons making the Super Bowl,
it
but
was unlikely that we were gonna draft Kenny Pickett. We did it. I predicted it, obviously. It looked unlikely that we are gonna get Joey
talk.
Porter.
Let's go.
We did it. Anyway, my theory, Big Ben has been in talks for the OC job. This is again theory. None of this is real right now. But he was supposed to. He has a great podcast, by the way, Footballin' with Ben Roethlisberger. Check it out, or don't. Who cares? Anyway, he was supposed to. Yeah, every week he does like a breakdown, or he watches the game, and it's live on YouTube. And last week they had mentioned that they will be doing it again this week for the Bengals game, but there was no video for it.
Oh,
So I started thinking Matt Canada was fired, right, on what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Big Ben was afraid to get any questions about the OC job right now because he can't really talk about it right now. So he didn't have his little podcast going on because he didn't want to
not to
answer
like crush your dreams. I like what your theory is doing, but I'm pretty sure he's like a middle school coach for his son or something.
Yes.
And
Yes.
but
here's the
tell a
thing.
man that like he has to leave his basement to like go back to an NFL job every single day of his life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you're right. It's very unlikely. This is why it's a theory. It's very unlikely. He definitely probably wants to spend time with his family, which is the most important thing. But also, Big Ben didn't even want to really retire his last year, but he couldn't see himself being anywhere else. So he retired in Pittsburgh.
That's true.
And so I think the chances are, obviously, again, I mentioned, very, very, very unlikely. It's probably not even a 1% chance. But anyway, I just want to keep this theory in mind. I also would like to point out a theory I made about Kenny Pickett's drafting. I said once they got Mitch Trubisky, I did a bunch of research, and I found that Mitch Trubisky was very similar to Kenny Pickett, and that we were going to draft Kenny Pickett because of that. And I was right. So
I honestly see zero similarities between those two.
no, you look at height and weight. They have very almost exact height and weight. This play style is very similar, except that now Mitch Trubisky kind of sucks.
Kenny loves to use the middle of the field.
Yeah. But anyway.
Another person only throws not outside the numbers, but outside of the out of bounds lines.
To the other team.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do you think, Levi? Like, okay, if there wasn't such a low chance for Big Ben to be the OC, what would you think of him as the offensive coordinator?
I would love it. I mean, you know he didn't get along with Matt Canada those last couple years of his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of called some of his own plays, not all the time.
Not kind of, he did.
But then that makes you think, was it all Matt Canada's fault? Or like, and I don't want to say yes, it was just to keep the blame on him that we sucked. Well, we didn't even suck. We just were mediocre. We were an old team. We needed a new start, you know. But I don't know. It just makes you think like that Ravens game. Kenny obviously changed the call to go to George Pickens for a touchdown because he saw something that Matt Canada obviously didn't see. So it makes you think, you know, if our second year quarterback, which it is his job to make audibles, make changes, but if we weren't putting ourselves in a position to win and we're relying on our second year guy to do it all, then I don't know. What was your question again?
My question was if there wasn't such little chance that Big Ben would be an OC.
Oh, how would I like it?
Yeah,
I would love it. I would love to see Ben back in the building.
And what do you think he would focus? Like, what would you think his big scheme would be? Like Canada's was like misdirection, jet sweeps, motions, all that.
Yeah, really confused the defenses.
Yeah, what do you think Ben would bring? And confuse the offense apparently. But anyway, what do you think Big Ben would bring to the table?
I think Big Ben would revive the beast inside of Najee Harris. I think he would. You could tell. Pat. I think Ben liked Pat Fryermuth a lot. I think Ben liked Najee a lot from the year he played with him, and I think Ben is a confident believer in what Kenny Pickett can do. So you get those three main keys on offense. Obviously, you would have to build a relationship with George Pickens. Never had that. And I'm not sure if they would get along or not, just because George has a strong personality. But I would love to see Ben back in a Steelers uniform, even just on the sideline coaching.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even just as like maybe the QB coach, maybe our QB coach now becomes offensive coordinator
Right.
next year. Even Big Ben as a QB coach would be kind of sick too.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. And then James Harrison and Hines Ward, they are Hall of Fame semifinalists.
Let's go.
Probably won't
Fine.
make it though because they've been semifinalists for like the past couple years and
All right.
didn't make it. But anyway,
James Harrison is an absolute snub if he doesn't get in. Hines Ward is an absolute snub if he does not get in. I'm gonna have a few choice words for my buddy Roger if
Big Raj.
neither of these guys get in. At least one. But
all right, then let's hop into what was good and what was bad, so we're not wasting too much time. Obviously, we talked about
our offense was good.
Yeah, obviously. Najee, we talked about TJ. How many
Never
sacks?
gets that. Two sacks, maybe 2.5. I don't know whether to count the one.
Yep.
And a forced fumble too.
Yep. Hayward, Porter. Porter locked down Jamar Chase. The only catches Jamar Chase got were tipped balls.
Right.
I think
tip balls.
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot talk. Holy crap!
I'm with you today, man.
They showed a graphic on the screen during the game. It was like Joey Porter Jr. actually has the best like lockdown coverage of this entire season. It was like a new next gen stat or whatever. So I mean, hey, go him.
Yeah, they showed. I saw something. He held Hopkins to a very minimal amount.
Mm-hmm.
Puka Nacua, Jamar Chase. Who else? I don't remember all of them, but they're big time name players.
Right.
So he's definitely doing something right.
Yeah. Michael Walker, our inside linebacker, played good.
Yeah. He had that tip that ended up being a reception. But anyway, it was good.
Kenny, good game. Pickens, he's getting there.
Yeah.
It's not that he's not playing good. It's that we just got to give him the ball.
Yeah, but he had that really good big brain moment on the onside kick.
Yeah.
If he didn't keep running, then the 2 minutes.
Let's be honest. Pickens finally got the ball in his hands, so he was probably thinking, "Oh, I should take this to the house." Guarantee you, he was not thinking, "If I stay up on my feet, clock's going to continue the run." No, I don't think he was. I mean, he could have been thinking that, but knowing Pickens, he probably would have just like tried to get the house call on that one. And then probably a huge moment defensively for us. Trent Thompson, he hasn't even. Was he an undrafted free agent? Right.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know about anything about him other than he played
a very good read.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, he's been continuing to impress with Najee out right now, and not Najee.
Minka.
Dude, I give up. I literally give up.
Minka, who's been out. Who's coming back, by the way, this week.
Right. Which is going to be huge for us.
Yeah. But imagine our cornerbacks. We're going to have some young cornerbacks. If Trent Thompson continues to do well, it's going to be Joey Porter in the future. It's going to be Trent Thompson in the future, and maybe Corey Trice. And that'll be our insanely good, hopefully, young cornerback. And we'll get rid of, Levi Wallace and Pat Pete.
Yeah, we'll see.
But, let's go into the bad real quick. Porter with the penalties.
Porter still has get, and he's a very aggressive player. Just needs some discipline, and we'll be out of this penalty phase in no time. Believe me.
And we just talked about like he's locking down people, so it's not even like he's having penalties and letting up so many, whatever. But and then also finishing sacks. I feel like Jake Browning could have been sacked a couple more times.
Plenty more times. Like the pocket would collapse and could just not get him.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he was pretty calm and poised in the pocket.
Yeah,
a couple times. Just got to get that last stretch. Let's be honest, every team holds against us. You can't try to stop Highsmith and Hayward and Watt all at the same time, and Keanu Benton and Ogunjobi.
Yeah.
So we get held a lot. But if we can just get there couple more times, couple more sacks, changes the entire game. So
Yep. And then let's talk about one more big controversial thing: Deontay Johnson not showing any effort
yeah.
on
So
the ball.
when I watched that play, I don't think Johnson realized
Yeah.
it was a fumble at first. And I honestly don't think he was thinking it was gonna be a fumble. I think he thought he was down and just was like, "All right."
Yeah.
But then what? We got the ball like right after that too. So
Yeah. And the thing is, here's what I
well,
think.
and
Go ahead.
one more thing, he could have held on to that ball before, like the play before. He could have had a touchdown, an easy
Yeah.
touchdown.
And it was technically a touchdown, and you're right. He probably could have held on.
Right.
He could have held on to it to make it,
But I think you got the 2 feet in bounds and it's a catch.
Yeah, it is. No, it definitely was a catch. It's just, if you would have held on to it the whole time, it would have been, they wouldn't have been a question. So anyway, he was definitely mad about that going into the next play. And he's already apologized for all of it, and Coach Tomlin had stuff to say about it. But I think even more to blame, what's up with Jalen Warren fumbling a lot? You could question that, but I think it was just like
he's just an aggressive runner. He wants every yard he can get, man.
Sure, true.
If he fumbles 3 times a season, I don't care. As long as he's picking up first downs for us, getting us touchdowns, being the big play guy on our team, I don't care.
I care, though. That's the thing. Turnovers are not good.
Well, nobody cares about Elijah.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, Deontay, I think he was just mad. He should have been blocking the guy, and his guy was the one who got the ball. But also, he said that he thought the play was over. I thought the play was over, too.
Yeah.
You probably thought the play was over, too.
I definitely thought the play was over.
And I just don't get why there was such a big fuss over something little like that. Again, no, it looked like there was no effort there, but I believe Deontay when he says he just didn't know that the ball was a fumble.
And just seeing Deontay for this is his 5th or 6th season, he's just a good player. He's pretty calm, pretty chill. Sometimes, like every player, will let their emotions get the best of them. But there's nothing like he's a crybaby all the time. He just wants to get the win, wants to do his best, and there's nothing more you can really ask for in a player. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode of The Huddle. This, I think, was week 13, week 14, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere.
Something like that. I'd just like to say, I predicted
oh my gosh,
the entire schedule of the NFC North, and I got it right this week. So go me. I actually said the Packers were going to win this game. So
aren't you just the smartest?
I'm just incredible.
You the best.
Everything I'm like super cocky.
Not like Jake Browning though.
Oh dude! Oh my goodness! If I was TJ Watt, I would have spun his head off. Like just pop that thing right off. Oh my goodness! He kicked me off. He was like pointing to the back of his jersey, like, "Oh look, you're the backup to Joe Burrow, buddy. Nobody knew about you before this. Shut up."
I think he was actually pointing to his pants because when he saw TJ, he was Jake Brown in his pants after.
Not fun.
But I thought.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've even made it this far, we can see we're getting views on the video, but no watch time. So watch. Listen, we got eyes everywhere, people.
And clearly you guys don't because you're not watching the whole
Believe we're trying to do some fun things upcoming here. Just to keep you guys interested, and definitely with playoffs approaching, got some fun things planned. So, this is another episode of The Huddle. I am Levi Jenkins, alongside here with my best friend Elijah Coer, and this is The Huddle.
Peace. Hey guys, it's past future Elijah here. I just wanted to quick talk about my Big Ben theory that I was very hyped on. Obviously, Big Ben did post a video talking about the Bengals game right after we recorded. I just want to apologize that I kept going on for so long about it, though, again, it was very unlikely. But you know what? Anything Steelers is very unlikely. Unlikely to get Kenny Pickett. Unlikely to get Joey Porter. Unlikely to make the playoffs, but you know what? Somehow it happens. So I think you can still believe in Big Ben being an offensive coordinator for the Steelers in the future. So yeah, just keep on believing, Steelers fans. Here we go. Peace.